Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Everyone, welcome to Quran and Tajweed. We're practicing connecting letters using Fatha, Kasra, and Damma today. So this will be our lesson 5. This will be our lesson 5. So we'll get to it inshallah rahman. Like I promised before, lesson 4 we discussed about the Arabic alphabet chart, and which I promised we will connect letters using Fatha, Kasra, Damma, and also connecting letters finally using the chart, but from our heads because we've already seen it. All right. So here's our first word here. I selected some words to just randomly connect using Fatha, Kasra, Damma. So I selected this word from this chart. I put them on the chart so we can remember from the last video that when they look like this, they are isolated by themselves, and this is when they are at the beginning and what they look like. Same thing we have learned earlier in the other video. So I'll put it on the description below so you can see that video as well, inshallah. So we will be connecting this word right here. First word we have is alif right here, right? Alif right there. And then we have ha right here. And then let me show you, stop right here. So I'm connecting alif, ha, and dal. This is a word I selected for the first word we're going to use. And when you connecting, alif doesn't connect on its left. We already learned that. And ha could connect anywhere. Right here, we have the example here. So we will be using it here. It's initial or at the beginning of a word. So that's what it looks like. And then dal will not connect to anything on its left, but it could be connected to things at the end, which is a great example of this word right here. So we have right here, all right. So we have a, ha, da. So what I just did is connecting these letters, the alif, ha, dal. And what did I say we were using? We were using fatha. Fatha, the symbol fatha was like this. I'm going to just put it out here to the side, right there. That was fatha. That's what it looks like on top of letters, which is what we used here, right there. Ahada, ahada, ahada. So these are random words. That's how you connect them. And this is at the beginning of a word, so you can just do it this way and then connect right here like I just did. So this is using the chart is very important. Just at the beginning, I don't recommend it all the time because you would like to memorize these things and write on your own. So there's that. And then next we're still using right here, we're still using fatha. So we will connect another word. I randomly again I picked this word, just put it here so that way we can connect it like the other one, like wow, you remember it will not, I have a description here of what it can do or not. You cannot connect it, and this is one way to do it. We will use the isolated form, wow, right? We can't connect anything on the left. So next word we have here is jim. Jim. Jim, when you're about to connect to something, it looks like this right here. As you can see on the initial part, I did not use this or this form or this form. Why? Because it's the beginning. It's going to be at the beginning of a word. So that's what it looks like. You need to be careful with the shapes and how things change their shape. The letters would change their shape when you're about to connect them, right? And then dal right there, dal. And we were using what? Fatha still. Wajada. It's just the words that I chose. to show you how to connect and what how to put the fatha on. Wajada, and what it sounds like, the wajada. So wajada, wajada. We use the jim this form, the dal as it is. It's going to be at the end. It looks like that. Notice how it changed the shape a little bit. Like this one, this is what it looks like. This is the form that I used, which is in the medial form. Although it says medial form, it's still not gonna connect anything on its left. So here's another word, our last one for fatha, using fatha. So we have here another word on the left again. I'll put the random word, which is dal, kaf, ra, and we are going to connect these and make the word, write the word that makes these three letters. And we start with the dal. Again, we remember the dal doesn't connect on its left. So what do? We leave it as its initial form. If you can remember from the chart. So kaf is the next one. So we are going to connect things to the kaf. So this is the kaf. This is the form I'm going to use it. Notice it doesn't look like this or this, but it's at the beginning of a word. So clearly we're going to use the when it's like initiated or when it's at the beginning of a word. And that's the form I have to use here because why? I have to connect something else to it, and it's the beginning of this particular word, right? Because dal will not connect. There's one word here, but the dal will not connect to anything, so it will have to be next to it, like this, next to each other. So still using fatha, the, ka, ra, dhakara. So we have here dal, kaf, ra, dhakara, dhakara. And the reason why they all have the sound is because of the fatha. We have the fatha here. Well, we discussed that before in other videos, what they were. So now we're going to have our next form of kasra. We have a next form of harakat, which is the kasra. We have just done the fatha, so now we're going to start using kasra randomly in one of these or all or however the word comes to us. So we have this word here, which consists of these three letters: sin, mim, ain. So it doesn't matter where you put the harakat on. The point is you have a kasra, and now we're going to use the kasra for this word. So we have sin. So why is it this form? Because it's at the beginning of a word. So we're using it this form. So when you have to use a beginning, this is what it looks like. Every letter is different shape when it's being connected or on either side of it. So it's very important to remember that so you don't make mistake. So meme, the next one. So meme, that's what it looks like in the middle, like that. It can look like that as well, or like this. Either way is fine, right? Now this is the tricky one, right? Ain. Ain, when it's at the end of a word. We have sin, mim, ain, right? Sa, sin, mim, ain. So the ain right here, this is isolated. So when it is at the end of a word, it looks like this. We discussed this in the other video. but just to remind you of like when we write, this is what it looks like, and this is how we connect it, and to make this particular word. So we have this word is sami'a is an actual word, sa mi a. So where is the kasra here? I said that we were using a kasra. So the kasra, if we asked you where it's at, you take a look at the meme, and the meme here in the middle is the only one that has the kasra. So we have used it right there in the middle. So the importance is that we use it in the word. So we have sin meme ain, sin meme ain, sa mi a, sa mi a, ain. Focus on that one since it looks kind of complicated a little bit for the beginners sometimes. And now, so here's our next word we use, which consists of lam, ba, and tha. So we're gonna start connecting this one. So we have lam first, and it's at the beginning of a word, so it's gonna look like this, right here. And then next word we have is ba, right? And then tha, ba and tha right there. So we have lam, we're using kasra somewhere, so we have to use an actual word, la, ba, and tha. Okay, so this word is pronounced la bi tha, la ba tha, la bi tha, la bi tha. So lam, and where is the kasra? Right here is on the ba. So we have the kasra right here, la bi tha. And our next word, which is the last word for kasra that we're going to use, is consists of ba, kha, and lam. So how do we connect these one? So ba at the beginning of a word right here, initiated. All right, and then kha when it's connected and something in the middle. What does it look like? Right here, which shows you that it's in the middle. All right, and then you can add the lam right here. So it is, this word is pronounced ba, khi, la. So we have ba, kha, la, ba, khi, la, ba, khi, la, bakhila. So here's our first word for Damma. We're going to start using the Damma now. So the first word consists of ha, sheen, and ra. So we're going to connect these, inshallah. And we begin with the ha, of course. And the ha, as at the beginning of the word, we're going to use it in this form. And then sheen, right? Sheen, 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 and then ra, right? So we connected these three letters right here, and this is what it comes to look like. It's pronounced hushira. So let's go along using the Damma on the first one. Hu, shi, ra. So where is our Damma? Right here. It's on the ha, Damma. Hu, shi, ra. حشر. And here's our next word to use Damma. All right. So it consists of waw, dot, and ayn. And to connect it, the waw, of course, is going to stand by itself since we can connect it on its left. And then if it's at the beginning of a word, especially, or at the end, and it's never in the middle, so it's going to stand by itself in this case. And also dot, and then ayn, right? So we're going to use our Damma here on the waw, right? And then the dot, don't forget the dot. Sometimes the dot is forgotten. وضيع. Wow, right here we have wow dot ein, which is we're going to have the this word right here, which is pronounced وضيع. 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 So using the Damma right here on the wow only. And here's our last word using Damma here that I selected. Is just random words. Jim, Mim, and Ain. So to connect them, we start with the Jim right here. We're using it in this form at the beginning of a word since it's at the beginning of a word. And Mim right there. And then Ain. So we're going to put the Damma here since this is what the word is. Right? So this word is pronounced Jumi'ah. And where is the Damma we're talking about? Right here on the Jim. Damma. Jumi'ah. And then your Damma is right here.